This is Bob Hernandez. I'm with the Capital Masters. And the purpose of this today is really to show you some of the items that I've experienced that have caused either delays, packages kicked back, or potential non-approvals of the PPP loans with banks under round two. One of the things is you really need to go back and gather, if you participated in round one, your loan documentation, your SBA approval number, and the funding amount, because they are going to want, they being the SBA, the underwriters, the bank, whoever you're dealing with, is going to want to know what that number is. And a matter of fact, it's on the Paycheck Protection Program second draw borrower application 2. It's asking for that first draw, which is what they're calling it, the first draw SBA number. It's 10 digits long. So if you have any other number there that's other than 10 digits, maybe it has alphanumeric characters, alpha characters in it, that's not the right one. It's a 10-digit number. And if you don't have that, you should be able to go to your SBA documentation and locate it. This one is kind of silly, but it's tripped up every application. And in the upper right-hand corner of the Paycheck Protection Program app, it asks you to type in the year of establishment, if applicable, of your business. And a lot of people just throw in a date. But there is a format, and these applications, a couple of them have been kicked back. They want the day, the month, fully spelled out month, and fully 4-digit year put into that that field. So be cognizant of that, because they will send it back, and be accurate on any information you put in there, because along with the 941s and 940s that you send in, or the whatever documentation you're using, tax return, they're going to verify all this, and they're going to check your work. So make sure that you're diligent about what you put in, or have somebody like me who knows what they're doing, complete it alongside of you or on your behalf, and then you can follow up. Make sure that also the TIN numbers or EINs or socials that you're using for the owners correspond to what's actually on the tax return for that business. Don't give everybody a different social security number, but it needs to be consistent if there's multiple owners. One big thing that people are failing to do is to submit, and this is easy, your front and back of the driver's license. And they tell you to do this, but people are lazy and they don't read the forms. And believe it or not, the analyst or the underwriter or the SBA clerk, they're checking every one of these things. There was a lot of fraud in round one and a lot of errors. So they're really getting anal as far as, making sure that everything matches and everything's correct. Also, make sure that you have a good calculation spreadsheet to calculate your payroll, any tip income you have, any subtractions you need to make for any employees over 100,000 a year, things like that, because they are going to verify your spreadsheet and your calculations. You can send them, and it's acceptable to take Adobe documents, PDFs, scan, fax, and all that. But I found that most of these lenders who are participating, they want the application with what I call wet signatures, meaning they want the original application. So make sure that you have that, and you might want to overnight it to that bank, and they'll let you know whether they want that or not. But I'm finding that most of them do. The other thing is, if you have multiple owners, like say you have 3 guys or 3 individuals that own 33 1/3% each, they all have to initial every place that requires initials, and they all have to sign everywhere there's a signature. So make sure that you do that. If the underwriter emails you and asks you a question, respond immediately, because what's happening here is these guys have literally thousands of these things in their desk, and they want to get you out of the way as soon as they can and go on to the next one. So if you don't respond, you could be thrown to the bottom of the stack or kicked out. And one big thing is, don't handwrite these things. Most entrepreneurs, franchise owners, business people have terrible penmanship. I would say the majority of them. Type these things. They're Adobe documents. You can type right into the document. So that's kind of the FYI from on PPP from TCM from BOB. Thanks.